Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Awahak. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom to the sincere brethren out there pushing this word, and to you sincere listeners. So I want to go into a quick lesson, which is based upon this article I came across here, which this is from Forbes.com, and the title reads, Biden administration urges Supreme Court to let cops enter homes and seize guns without a warrant. Okay, and this is, real big news, man. Okay, first and foremost, it shows what the real agenda is here. Okay, now the president of the United States, so-called, they're supposed to, they swear an oath, okay, to uphold the Constitution. All right, which the Second Amendment, says that you have the right to bear arms and that right should not be infringed upon. Now, with this, okay, and this is coming from the president, mind you, the president is saying basically do away with the Second Amendment. If we have, legislation or ruling that says we can go into anybody's house that we want to, okay, based upon certain parameters, which all they have to do is declare that you fit this parameter and they can go into your house and take your guns away, man. But this reveals this man's agenda. He wants to seize the guns. Okay, why? Because it's easier to take down a group of people that are not armed, and we're moving towards, this man establishing his new order. He wants the least amount of resistance possible, man. One of the main things that's, causing a hindrance to him is the Constitution that the United States has, freedom of religion, freedom of speech. Okay, which you see speech being attacked, censorship is becoming, rampant. All right. And then now you have another gun grab, and then the Biden administration actually urging, telling the Supreme Court to rule in favor of this certain case, man. Make it legal for the cops to be able to do this, which that would take away your Second Amendment and your Fourth Amendment right, effectively turning this place into a dictatorship, man. Okay. See, and if this happens, man, a lot of things are going to pop off. All right. Esau's not going to give his guns up. A lot of these Edomites live by the decree, out of my cold, dead hands, insinuating that they're ready to die for, their right to keep and bear arms. All right. So it says Biden administration urges Supreme Court to let cops enter homes and seize guns without a warrant, which is illegal. OK. All right, it says the U.S. Supreme Court on Wednesday will hear an oral argument in Caniglia versus Strum, a case that could have sweeping consequences for policing, due process, and mental health, with the Biden administration and attorneys general for 9 states urging the high court to uphold warrantless gun confiscation. All right. This is completely illegal according to the United States Constitution. All right. But we're living in a society, we've been living in a society where the Constitution doesn't mean anything. All right. This man wants to be able to do whatever he wants to, whenever he wants to. All right. In the New World Order, you have no rights. You're a slave. You can't own guns, not unless the government permits you to. And you already have, red flag laws. I'm not sure if they've been passed yet. I got to go into that again, but I know there's legislation on the books bringing up red flag laws, which basically means that if you are deemed, a red flag, they can take your guns away and they can, ban you from purchasing weapons because they have these background checks that's getting ready to be rolled out. So if the flag comes up on your name, then you can't buy a gun, and you could be red flag for anything. Well, what just happened, a few months ago at the Capitol, the whole January 6th thing, the so-called insurrection. So anybody that's there, okay, they can be a red flag. Anybody that subscribes to what those individuals subscribe to can be labeled as a red flag, and that encompasses pretty much any, so-called conspiracy theory, man. you could be labeled as a red flag because you believe things that quote unquote aren't true. It says, but what would ultimately become a major Fourth Amendment case began with an elderly couple spat over a coffee mug, which we don't have to go too much into the case. Let's just get to, the actual ruling, what this ruling would mean. Let's start here. It says, critically, when police seized the guns, they didn't claim it was an emergency or to prevent imminent danger. Instead, the officers argued their actions were a form of community caretaking, a narrow exception to the Fourth Amendment's warrant requirement. First created by the Supreme Court nearly 50 years ago, the community caretaking exception was designed for cases involving impounded cars and highway safety, on the grounds that police are often called to car accidents to remove nuisances like inoperable vehicles on public roads. Both a district and appellate court upheld the seizures as reasonable. Okay, so these lower courts agreed with the police seizing these guns, which this would set a precedent, okay, that under any, in any instance such as this, okay, or if a police officer determines that this is a community, this is for the benefit of the community, okay, you don't need a warrant. You can just take people's property. You can take their guns, okay? And this is what the elites want, man. They want to be able to do away with the Second Amendment. They don't want these people having guns, okay? Because when they come in here with their different troops, they don't want resistance. And you ain't going to be able to fight against people that, have guns and you're unarmed, all right? It says both a district and appellate court upheld the seizures as reasonable under the community caretaking exception. In deciding Caniglia's case, the First Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals acknowledged that the doctrine's reach outside the motor vehicle context is ill-defined. Nevertheless, the court decided to extend that doctrine to cover private homes, ruling that the officers did not exceed the proper province of their community caretaking responsibilities. Siding with law enforcement, the First Circuit noted that a police officer must act as a master of all emergencies, who is expected to provide an infinite variety of services to preserve and protect community safety. That includes making a judgment decision, taking guns away from people against the Fourth Amendment and the Second Amendment. Okay, and once, if this decision goes through, this can be used, in all kind of situations. All right. Police abuse their power all the time, man. And they'll cite some other decision that has been made and they'll apply it to, whatever situation that they're in. See, look, this case justifies our actions, man. All right. And then you have the Biden administration actually calling for this to happen. OK, they actually want this to happen. They want to take your guns, man. It says, by letting police operate without a warrant, the community caretaking exception is designed to give police elbow room to take appropriate action, the court added. In their opening brief for the Supreme Court, attorneys for Caniglia warned that extending the community caretaking exception to homes would be anathema to the Fourth Amendment because it would grant police a blank check to intrude upon the home. And that's exactly what this ruling would mean. OK, if this is, if they rule in favor of this, OK, they say it's OK for, the police to take their guns in a quote unquote community caretaking situation, then your guns can be seized, whenever the police deem it's necessary, whenever the government feels that it's necessary, man. OK, and if this passes, Esau is going to lose it out here. All right. You got a lot of these people that they want their guns, man. That's their right as an American citizen to protect their home, protect themselves from the government and from any other person that wants to do them harm, man. Okay. It says that fear is not unwarranted in jurisdictions that have extended the community caretaking exceptions to homes. Everything from loud music to leaky pipes have been used to justify warrantless invasions of the home. A joint amicus brief by the ACLU, the Cato Institute, and the American Conservative Union revealed this expansion could also have perverse effects and disincentivize people from calling for help. As that brief noted, when every interaction with police or request for help can become an invitation for police to invade the home, the willingness of individuals to seek assistance when it is most needed will suffer. But in its first amicus brief before the High Court, the Biden administration glossed over these concerns and called on the justices to uphold the First Circuit's ruling, noting that the ultimate touchstone of the Fourth Amendment is reasonableness. The Justice Department argued that warrants should not be presumptively required when a government official's action is objectively grounded in a non-investigatory public interest such as health or safety. Okay, so what does that mean? As long as they say that it's a health and safety issue, then we don't need the Fourth Amendment. The Fourth Amendment is null and void, meaning they can come into anybody's house and take whatever they want from you. They can even take you. Okay, as long as it's for quote unquote health and safety reasons, which a cop could just say it. You know, they could make up, documentation, say you crazy based upon certain things that you search online. Okay, based upon certain beliefs that you have, you not believing the official narrative. You could be a health risk. You could be a safety risk. Okay. It says the ultimate question in this case is therefore not whether the respondent officer's actions fit within some narrow warrant exception, their brief stated, but instead whether those actions were reasonable. Actions the Justice Department felt were justified in Coniglia's case. Okay, so, the government is wholeheartedly with this, man. They want to be able to take your guns and do away with the Fourth and Second Amendment. Really, they want to do away with the whole Constitution, man. And eventually we're going to reach that point. Okay, but this is just another step towards them bringing in their new world order, man. Taking the guns away from these Americans. But if this ruling goes through, you're going to see a lot of things popping off, man. Because Esau ain't going to give his guns up, peacefully. It says, as a failsafe, the Justice Department also argued the Supreme Court to uphold the lower court ruling on qualified immunity grounds, arguing that the officers' actions did not violate any clearly established law so as to render the officers individually liable in a damages action. But the Biden administration, along with the courts, have extended the community caretaking exception, overlook a key component of the Fourth Amendment, the security clause. After all, the Fourth Amendment opens with the phrase, the right of the people to be secure. In the amicus brief, the Institution for Justice noted that to the founding generation, secure did not simply mean the right to be spared an unreasonable search or seizure, but also involved harms attributable to the potential for unreasonable searches and seizures. Expanding the community caretaking exception to allow warrantless entries into people's homes on a whim, argued the IJ brief, invokes the arbitrary looming threat of general writs that so incited the farmers and would undermine the right of the people to be secure in their homes. The IJ brief further argued that extending the community caretaking exception to the home would flatly contradict the Supreme Court's prior rulings, which has only discussed community caretaking in the context of vehicle searches and seizures. In those cases, the animating purpose for the exception was to allow officers to remove, damage, or abandon vehicles that pose a risk to public safety. By contrast, the IJ amicus asserted that justification is entirely absent, that the justification is entirely absent when it comes to homes. The Fourth Amendment protects our rights to be secure in our property, which means the right to be free from fear that the police will enter your house without warning or authorization, said the Institute of Justice attorney Joshua Wyndham. A rule that allows police to burst into your home without a warrant whenever they feel they are acting as community caretakers is a threat to everyone's security. And eventually this is what the point that we're gonna reach. Okay, it's the plan of the elites to completely erode away the rights that you have, really given to you by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, you ain't supposed to be running up in no man's house. That's his house. That's his domicile. All right, and whatever he wants to do in that house, he can do it, man. Okay, because that's where he dwells and he has authority over that place. All right, but even if this doesn't go through, Okay, you still have this precedent set by the Biden administration. It's exposing their plan, man. Okay, that they want to take your guns. All right, so let's just get some precepts real quick and we're going to wrap it up. This is, let's get 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. Okay, because this man is being revealed and his plan is being revealed. All right, he wants to completely take away all your rights, man. Okay, this is 2 Thessalonians 2:6. It says, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. And he's being revealed. As we get closer and closer to the establishing of the New World Order, this man's plans, okay, get revealed more and more. Okay, his character gets revealed more and more. He doesn't want you to be free. Okay, and who's controlling these political parties, man? If Biden was, if he supposedly, swore an oath to uphold the Constitution, okay, why are people in his administration basically saying they want to do away with the 4th Amendment? Why are they saying that, okay, community under a community caretaking, clause, okay, are guys, the police should be able to enter into anybody's house and take guns or seize these people in for health and safety purposes, okay? Because they have people behind them telling them what to do, all right? Which are the elites of Esau, Edom, the wicked elites, okay? Like we were saying at the camp, this past Saturday, the super villains of the earth, man, okay? Their goal is to establish a totalitarian society, okay, based upon the worship of the spiritual demon Satan. And in a totalitarian society, you don't get to do whatever you want to do, okay? Permission is given you to do what the government wants you to do, okay? And part of that is not owning guns. Why? Because if you have guns, you can resist them. And they don't want that. They want complete control, man. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he whom now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And who's allowing these things to go on? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. And he's being revealed, man, mainly through the prophets. Okay. They're the mouthpiece of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We've been exposing this man's plans. Okay, beginning first and foremost with our elders and apostles at Great Millstone. We've been telling you that he wants to establish a new world order, man. He wants to take away your guns. Okay, he's going to make it to where there's only going to be one religion. Okay, you ain't going to have no freedom. Well, type in the Great Reset 2030 and you'll see a video that's going to pop up. If it's still up there, they might have took it down, but I'm pretty sure someone mirrored it. They uploaded it somewhere else. Their plan is for you to own nothing by 3030 or 2030. By 2030, you will own nothing and you're going to be happy. Okay, they're trying to establish a totalitarian communist rulership over the earth. Where your God is the state. Your God is Esau, Edom. And whatever he tells you to do, that's what you have to do. If you don't listen to him, he's going to put you to death or make your life a living hell, man. It says, for the mystery of iniquity, verse 8, it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And what is that going into when Yahweh Shai makes his second return? Okay, he's going to destroy Esau, Edom and his power structure and establish the kingdom of heaven. Verse 9, it says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. And he gets his power from the left-hand side, man. That's the reason why he has all these people in trance. Okay, because he's literally cast a spell on these people through the power of the spiritual demon Satan. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Those lying wonders goes into his false miracles, man. Which he does these things to get you people to believe like he's God down here upon the earth, and that his way is the best way. Okay. It says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they received not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Okay. And all the individuals that follow this man, you're going to be destroyed. Okay. Because this man's the devil. All right. Now he has these, he's pushing his campaign of, having gun control, taking away people's guns under the guise of, gun violence is this is a huge problem here in America. But he don't care about that, man. All right. He wants to take the guns away from the people because he's not going to get that much resistance from a population that doesn't have any guns. All right. But eventually, you know, this is going to lead, okay, to this man really just, you know, having to act. All right. Because with this move right here, whether it goes through or not, okay, if it goes through, all our hell's going to break loose. Okay. If it doesn't go through, they've just revealed their hand and their agenda that they want to do away with the Fourth Amendment. They want to do away with the Second Amendment. Okay. So these people out here are going to be on edge, man. You know, waiting for the next move that this place is going to make against their rights. All right. Which eventually is going to cause Esau Edom to just come down with that wrath because his witchcraft ain't working, man. Revelation 12:12, it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And he's been trying to push this through the, judiciary branch for a long time, man, trying to get the guns taken away. You know, and it's never worked. Okay, he's passed, multiple background check laws. Okay, but if this passes, man, all out hell is going to break loose. Esau ain't going to give his guns up that easily. Okay, and if it doesn't pass, now these people are on edge. They're going to resist any legislation that comes out, okay, or that is proposed to take away their guns even more vehemently, man, which is just going to cause this man to, try to stage more attacks, more false flags, okay, to justify the action that he's getting ready to do, okay, because eventually he's going to come down anyway. Now, whether it's through actual legislation or through, different scenarios that he paints to get people's mind, geared towards that thought that guns are wicked, either way, it's going to happen. Okay. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And that's the reason why they just coming out with it now, man. Okay, look, let this, be the precedent. Okay, cops can take away guns. They can enter properties as long as it's for health and safety issues. Okay, let's just get it over with, man, because this is their agenda anyway. They want to take control of the whole earth. And one of the main places that they have to gain control of, okay, or one of the main populations that they have to take control of is America. Okay, and the Constitution is standing in their way. So they've been slowly eroding that, and moving this place to a communist system. So they can have complete control over the population, man. If you don't do what they want you to do, then, hey, pretty much you're going to die, man, if you don't bow down to them. This is 2 Ezra 15:14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh. Okay, and these things are going to happen eventually. The government is going to come down with that wrath upon you people, man. Now, whether it's through legislation, okay, or whether they just declare you people terrorists, either way it's going to happen. All right. We don't know specifically how it's going to happen, but we know that it is going to happen because of the words that are written in the book. It says, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. The modern day sword is the gun. Okay, verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men. Okay, and legislation like this, okay, words like this from, any president, any politician is going to stir up sedition, man. Okay, because you're trying to take these people's rights away from them. So what are they going to do? They're going to resist. Okay, and they're going to come up against you, which is prophesied in the scriptures anyway. So you're going to have major revolts happening in this country. Okay, one way or another. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. And the kings and the princes represent the political structure here. Okay, the kings are the politicians, the mayors, the governors, the senators, the president. It's going to come to a point where people ain't going to care about those people. Okay, why? Because look what's going on. These people are working for the elites. Okay, they're doing the bidding of the wicked elites. All right, they're forwarding the agenda of the New World Order. Okay, it says they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the princes represent the law enforcement, man. Okay, who's what? They're enforcing the laws that the politicians pass. Okay, and the politicians are getting laws from the wicked elite, all right, to forward the New World Order agenda, man. So it's going to come to a point where these people ain't going to take it no more, especially Esau, Edom, man. Okay, let this thing pass and see what's going to happen out here, man. All right, Esau going to lose it. You're going to try to take his blessing away from him, man. It says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, because it's going to be all out chaos out here. Okay, the cops ain't going to be able to stop what's going on, man. The politicians ain't going to be able to stop what's going on. Okay, and we're rapidly approaching that time, man. Okay, you're going to see more sedition being stirred up. Okay, and as this news, goes out more and more, okay, that's revealing the agenda of Esau, Edom. Okay, that's revealing the agenda of these elites. They're going to get more and more resistance. Verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And we're coming into that time, man. All our hell's getting ready to break loose. Okay, because the elites are getting ready to make the move to solidify their New World Order, man. And part of that is coming after the guns that these Americans have. Which, when they do that, they're gonna run into a lot of resistance. Verse 19, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And these are the times that we're entering into, man. Okay, all our hell is going to break loose. Okay, very soon. Okay, this man is going to move to institute that RFID microchip and expect to see more sedition, man, especially with news like this. They want to do away with the Constitution, man. They want to take away your Fourth Amendment rights and your Second Amendment, and they already eroded your First Amendment. Okay, so depending on what comes out of your mouth, you could be red flagged for not being able to purchase a firearm, which is supposed to be one of your inalienable rights as an American citizen. Okay, but we understand what's really going on here, man. The elites are trying to establish their totalitarian rule over the earth. Okay, and for them to do that, they have to do away with all these different laws that all these countries have, man. There's going to be one set of laws for the whole world. Okay, that's why they call it a new world order. They are going to establish their rule over the earth, man. All right, so I just wanted to go into that. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai willing. It was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Abraham Quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone. Shalom.